Joe Biden and President Donald Trump are making the final push on the campaign trail as election nears. Hello, I'm Nick Palayo.
And I'm Erin Holly. Everyone's favorite fast food condiments are coming soon to stores near you. This is LTV News.
Thank you for joining us. The big story on LTV News. Mark your calendars now. President Komen Philadelphia has announced that LaSalle will honor both the classes of 2020 and 2021 in a jam-packed commencement weekend to be held between Friday, May 14th and Sunday, May 16th, 2021. While the exact details for specific ceremonies and events are to be determined, given the rapidly changing nature of the coronavirus pandemic, Hanich, in an address to the LaSalle community, stressed the university's continual reliance on the latest local, state, and federal public health guidelines in crafting this long-awaited celebratory weekend. A new minor in sport management will debut this upcoming spring semester. Open to all undergraduates, students who pursue the minor will enroll in sports-focused courses in management, law, economics, communication, marketing, psychology, and analytics. Students with questions are encouraged to email Dr. Lynn Miller, Chair and Professor of Management and Leadership, via miller@lasalle.edu. Well, Justin, I'm sure you are just as excited as I am with the breaking commencement news, hearing from Dr. Komen Philadelphia that we are, in fact, going to have a commencement weekend, saving the date for May 2021. A jam-packed weekend that they promise will be full of ceremonies to honor both our class, the class of 2021, and the prior class of 2020. What do you think about that, keeping both classes together? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it'll just be one big LaSalle love fest? What do you think?
I'm actually really excited about it. I was hoping there would be a way to kind of bring both of our classes together. The bad thing is I think we're not going to see a lot of the class of 2020 coming to this because some may have jobs that are out of state or, they just may not want to come back to campus for that. But I hope some people come back and, join in the festivities and all that. But I'm really excited for graduation. I'm really hoping by that point, at least, we're able to have our family come out and we're able to, be in person like Dr. Hanich is saying and, do the baccalaureate mass and everything else because, we've worked so hard and this is a really exciting day. And Erin, I know your brother is also graduating too.
Yeah, so personally, I'm also excited about the graduation announcement, even though I'm not graduating this year, obviously, but hopefully we have some improvements with COVID by then and we can have an audience because I'm really looking forward to attending and seeing my brother and you guys walk across the stage for graduation.
I think that as long as LaSalle keeps developing these ceremonies and planning, using all of the appropriate guidelines, which they say they're going to do, I think that the details are going to have to be ironed out much closer to that date. And obviously, we know with COVID, things will change. But I'm really excited. I hope we get some people from the class of 2020. I hope we get everyone from the class of 2020 to come back and celebrate. I think the way LaSalle is, we're all one big community. The classes are small enough that everyone really knows each other. So to be able to graduate together would be really cool. Well, in other LaSalle news, Justin and Erin, the Association for Women in Communications is hosting a virtual alumni panel event on Thursday, November 5th, an opportunity for current LaSalle students to network and learn a lesson or two from our vast Explore alumni network. Producer Sam Long sat down with AWC's leaders to talk about how the organization has managed to pull off what has been an annual event virtually amid both the remote semester and the COVID-19 pandemic. Check it out.
My name is Sam Long. I'm sitting down for another interview this week with Maddie Jupina, a member of the LaSalle AWC. And for those who do not know, AWC stands for Association for Women in Communication. Maddie, thank you so much for joining me on Zoom on this lovely evening. So first, can you detail a little bit what the AWC does?
Yeah, so we're Association for Women in Communications, like you said, and we're just basically a professional development club for communication majors and minors. And the two main things that we do is hold some kind of alumni panel or networking event every semester, which is what we're talking about today.
So yeah, you brought it up. So you guys are having a event coming up very soon. Can you detail a little bit what this panel is you guys will be hosting?
Yeah, so panel is going to be with a few of our COM alumni. We have PR, social media, mass media, so a good range of people coming. It's called Thriving in a Pandemic, so we're going to cover all of the basic professional development tips, and then also we're going to talk a little bit more about career-specific pandemic-specific career and professional tips.
So you said it's Salle alumni coming back to speak for the panel. What are the names of the alumni coming back, if you know?
So we don't have all of them, but the ones that we do have for sure are Ryan Wall, who is a PR person with Bryan Communications, Alyssa McFadden, who also does some PR for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, Meg McGee, who currently does social media for the Mount St. Joseph. And then we have a woman coming named Madison Elliott. I'm not sure what station she is with, but she is with some news station in Buffalo, and she's on air.
Now, Ryan Wall is a LaSalle TV alumni. He was the host of Backstage Pass for a few years. Quick shout out to them. So when is this panel going to be hosted?
So this panel is Thursday, November 5th, this upcoming Thursday, from 6 to 7 over Zoom.
Okay, so I want to go a little bit more in depth into just how you guys operate. I mean, like you said, operating in a pandemic, that's really your whole point of this. So has it been hard being a member of AWC and just having any kind of club at LaSalle, just try to meet and having to do this virtually? I know you guys usually have a big event on campus. So has it been hard kind of scaling that all down to this kind of size where it's just meeting over Zoom?
There's been a couple logistical challenges because obviously there's the issue of people trying to still be professional in their homes and have their cameras on and everything like that. But in some ways, the virtual events also been a little easier because a big part of it was always reserving a room and getting a hold of catering, which is stuff that we're not having to do this time. So that's been nice.
Yeah, I guess that definitely saves you guys some budgeting, saves you some money.
Yeah.
So where can you find more information on this event?
So there's a flyer that's been going around a little bit. I know a lot of communication professors have publicized it, but the way to find the Zoom link to the actual meeting is to go on the announcement on the portal. If you go on the announcement section, it's very clearly titled Association for Women in Communications Alumni Panel. You can click on the announcement and open it up, and the link will be there and it'll take you into the meeting. I've tested it a bunch of times. And that's going to be up until the 6th, which is the day after our alumni panel. So there'll be no worries about it being there when you need it.
Now, I know this is an event for a club called Association for Women in Communication, but is this event open to any major at LaSalle?
Yeah, it's open to anyone. Obviously, it's going to be slightly more communication targeted, but it's always good for a lot of majors to just get general internship or career professional development advice. So yeah, it's definitely open to anyone.
And we can definitely sway a few people to hop on the comm majorship on this event. All right. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to hear more about how this event went. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'm going to send it back over to the desk.
On Monday, October 26, two Philadelphia police officers fatally shot Walter Wallace Jr., a 27-year-old black man who was armed with a knife. When Wallace approached the officers, they asked him several times to drop the knife. This tragic event was followed by protesters clashing with officers in the streets and looting throughout the city. City officials had to impose a curfew to try and curb the unrest. The protests in Philadelphia were the latest in a series of demonstrations against systemic racism and police brutality that have played out across the country since the spring. The family of Walter Wallace Jr. have reviewed the police body cam footage and have called on the city to make sure all officers on the police force are issued tasers. It was found that the police department does not equip all officers on the street with tasers because of their expense. Commissioner Danielle Outlaw is promising a full investigation.
Looking for some socially distanced chilling in the Philadelphia area? The Concourse Dance Bar has completely redesigned their once packed dance floor into a social distanced sensory experience. This experience includes 3 main areas where you can first get snacks and drinks and then enter a Philly-themed ice room lounge. The Concourse Ice Lounge still maintains the social aspects of a nightclub, but with limited capacity and seating 6 feet apart. The lounge is perfect for Instagram picture opportunities and just chilling with your close friends and your family. The Concourse Ice Bar is open on Thursdays through Sundays from 5 to 11 p.m. and is even open from 5 o'clock to 6:30 o'clock for those under the age of 21.
Susan G. Komen Philadelphia shut down on Friday, October 30th as a result of the foundation's reorganization. In April, Susan G. Komen announced plans to reorganize the foundation's mission and integrate the work of its affiliate networks under one national organization. Komen Philadelphia made its first appearance when it hosted the first Komen Philadelphia Race for the Cure on Mother's Day in 1991. Over the years, it has attracted up to 100,000 people in the fight against breast cancer. The president and CEO of Komen Philadelphia, Elaine Groveman, said, "We're very sad, but also very grateful for the 30 years of commitment from our community." Details on how Komen's national headquarters will move forward with services and local events have not been determined as of this time.
So, Nick and Justin, as you guys probably heard about how Dr. Thomas Farley recently announced to cancel all your holiday plans, what do you guys think about that? Like, are your families planning on still gathering for Thanksgiving and Christmas, or are you just going to do an immediate family thing? What are you guys doing?
I think it's really tough. I think that announcement was as to be expected, given the state of COVID-19 now in the U.S. Cases are rising in a significant, I would say, a majority of the states, with really no clear indication of when this pandemic will be over anytime soon. There are still concerns, right, of that twindemic. We have the flu, and we have COVID showing similar symptoms, obviously, to the same really detrimental effect. And it's tough. I think with the summertime holidays, it was easy for everyone to say, let's just go outside, let's socially distance. How do you do that in a house? How do you do that in freezing cold temperatures? Who knows where Christmas may be a freezing Christmas with tons of snow. What are you supposed to do? Go outside in your backyard and light a fire and hope for the best? I don't think that's quite realistic. So for my family personally, I don't think we've thought that far ahead. I think with November now, turning the page in November, we'll start to have to think, what are Thanksgiving plans? But if I had to guess, as of right now, it's going to be a small, certainly immediate family gathering. I think even my grandparents might do their own thing. They're getting up there. My grandfather is getting up into his 90s this year. Wow. So keeping him away, keeping him safe is probably going to be the best thing for at least this holiday season, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know my family, my dad's side of the family, we're doing like just really small immediate family for Thanksgiving, and we do Christmas Eve. And then my mom's side, we're kind of, it's different this year. We usually have a big family gathering, but I think we're going to try to do like a Zoom kind of thing, with like games and stuff like that. Obviously everyone in their own house. But I think I'm really going to miss the Thanksgiving Day parade that Philadelphia usually does this year, because my dad and my grandfather and I have gone since I was a baby, basically. So this is like the first year like we're not going. And I know they're having a virtual one, but it's just not the same. So it's sad about the holidays. I just wish this thing would, we would find a vaccine so we can get back to a normal soon.
Right. I think that the best we can hope for is the holiday season 2021 at this point. I think, just being realistic, there is going to not be a vaccine. I mean, let's look at the science. Let's look at what the experts are saying. Certain claims that a vaccine is just around the corner, perfect in time for the holiday season. It's going to create this immunity for the American people is just not going to materialize, in my opinion. So I think that taking the Zoom route or a small gathering is the best way to go. I don't know if my family could do Zoom games. I don't think my family has the patience to sit on Zoom. I think it's kind of just like, they'll probably just sit and watch Hallmark movies all day, honestly. Have another Hallmark marathon, mega marathon for the holiday season. But it will be interesting to see how everyone celebrates the holidays in the coming weeks and months.
During the week of October 26th, the presidential candidates made their final push before Election Day on November 3rd. President Donald Trump and Democratic Vice President Joe Biden traveled to multiple key battleground states that could determine the outcome of the election. President Trump visited Arizona, Wisconsin, Florida, Michigan, and Pennsylvania to gain momentum with his supporters and asked for them to get out to the polls and vote for him. Vice President Joe Biden went to similar states as President Trump, but made a stop to Georgia. The South for the Democrats is important for the election as they want to make these states turn blue. Former President Obama also joined Biden in Florida at a rally to throw his continuing support behind his former VP, and also in Michigan. These two presidential candidates are both focused on one thing: winning the high-stakes presidential election.
Hawaii began welcoming visitors back to their islands on October 15th. The state had been closed down to vacationers since the pandemic began back in March. Vacationers traveling to Hawaii must receive a COVID test prior to arriving and will be asked to produce their paperwork stating that their test is negative. The state is asking travelers to do this so that they will not have to do a 14-day self-quarantine when they arrive. There are only specific places that the state will accept the COVID test from. On October 28th, it was announced that after Hawaii had adjusted their rules during the pandemic, visitors were arriving only to find out that their COVID test they received was not going to be accepted. One family from the United States arrived at the airport and were told they could not leave the airport and ended up having to turn around and fly back home. It is not being said if Hawaii will look into some of these events.
Are you a fan of the popular fast food chain ChickFilA? Well, if you are, you may be happy to hear that bottles of their exclusive Polynesian and signature ChickFilA sauces will be sold in grocery stores in 2021. In a quote from Michael Patrick, one of ChickFilA's principal program leads, told CNN in an email, quote, "Our customers are searching for more ways to enjoy our brand at home. The company has been exploring ways to break into retail for quite some time now." In addition, Thrillist has named ChickFilA sauce the second best fast food sauce in the country. The selling of this and other ChickFilA sauces in stores is predicted to be a huge success. Now, the sauces are only being sold in Florida, but in April 2021, start looking for ChickFilA sauce and Polynesian sauce in 16-ounce bottles in your local Targets and Walmarts. So, have you guys heard about how ChickFilA is going to be selling their Polynesian sauces and their signature ChickFilA sauces in grocery stores in 2021?
I did not know about the Polynesian sauce. I knew about the Chick-fil-A sauce, but I know they were doing two sauces. I mean, this is some breaking news right here.
I know. I'm so excited. I am a huge fan of ChickFilA. It is my favorite fast food place. I think everybody just knows how great ChickFilA is, but personally, the ChickFilA sauce is my favorite. So you already know when they come out to grocery stores, I am going to be buying a 16-ounce bottle of it and putting it on everything.
Did you know that Walmart sells an off-brand Chick-fil-A sauce?
Yes, I did read about that, and I
called chicken dipping sauce.
Not going to try it. I don't even want to look at it. It's probably just not the same at all.
Speaking from personal experience, it hits the spot. It works.
What?
It tastes just like it. Which leads me to believe, is somebody like kind of siphoning off some Chick-fil-A sauce from Walmart without anybody looking? Because it tastes exactly the same.
Well, Walmart is going to be selling. Walmart's going to be one of the grocery stores that's going to have the actual Chick-fil-A sauce in stock. So that's going to be interesting.
Interesting. Maybe we'll see the off-brand go away and we'll see Chick-fil-A back on the shelves.
Dustin, are you a fan of Chick-fil-A and their sauces?
Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the sauces all that much, so, but I like, I love Chick-fil-A. I like, their milkshakes are really good, like their peach milkshakes. I like their ice cream. I really like there because it's like different. It's not like regular, like that creamy soft serve. It's kind of,
Right.
it's like so different, and I love that. And I wish they would
Right.
get chocolate of that. They only have vanilla right now. But
Right. Isn't that don't they call that ice dream?
Ice dream, yeah.
Ice dream cone. Say that 5 times fast.
Exactly.
Anyway, continue, sorry.
But yeah, no, I think that, people who love Chick-fil-A and all that will definitely be running out to get these sauces in the store. So I can't wait to
Yeah,
see.
I think Chick-fil-A coming to the retail world will definitely be a sight to see, and I'm excited for it.
You know what they need? You know what they need? They need to have in the freezer section like gallon-sized bags of Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yeah.
They also should sell
Okay.
gallons of the lemonade as well.
You know what they should do?
Yeah.
They should sell everything they sell at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They should sell in the store.
It wouldn't be the same.
Because I don't know about you, but the Chick-fil-A in my hometown, I don't care if it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon or like 9:30 at night. There is a line of cars wrapped around the building, sometimes like twice wrapped around the building. And those Chick-fil-A team members, they are on it. They have their iPad. They're like, "What do you want?" And then you tell them, it's like, boom, boom,
My
boom,
pleasure.
boom. You
Yeah.
they like
yeah,
throw
yeah.
the food into the car and you drive off.
Aaron, I love. Yeah, it's funny you say that because, like, you go in and like it doesn't matter like what kind of a day it is. They always have to say like, "Oh, my
pleasure.
I'll see you at the next window."
They just have that Southern hospitality that never fades.
So accommodating.
My pleasure all the way.
That does it for this episode of LTV News. Keep up with our continuing coverage and the entire LaSalle TV network online through our LaSalle TV Philly YouTube page.
Until next time, for Aaron Holly, Justin Gick, and all of us at LTV News, I'm Nick Paleo. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.
Thank you.